Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy coming forward today. We are taking a look today at the Montreal Canadiens. How the tables have turned in Montreal. They had such a great start to the regular season, and now, guys, they have fired their head coach, Claude Julien and Kirk Muller. They've been relieved of their duties. We're going to see a little bit of a change in Montreal behind the bench. We'll be taking a look at that in this video. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, you want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and even bigger subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the changing of the guard behind the bench for the Habs. So I guess losing to the Senators twice in a given week means you get fired. Yep, that's pretty much the story for Kirk Muller and former head coach Claude Julien. The Montreal Canadiens released this morning that they have fired both their assistant head coach and head coach today. Now, we are going to see Dominique Ducharme as the head coach of this team and an interim tag for the remainder of this season. I don't know what to say here. I'm kind of speechless because you guys remember in week 2, 3, really the first 4 weeks of the regular season, Montreal was a solid team, and everybody was talking about, oh, they're beating up on Vancouver and Calgary and Ottawa, and they look good. And since then, things have not worked out so well. Really, against Toronto, that's when things started to fall off, and since then, that confidence has definitely dwindled in Montreal. And now, most recently, this past week, they've lost 2 games to the Ottawa Senators, who we know where the Senators are in the standing, at the bottom. So the Montreal Canadiens decided, hey, we're going to make a change. So Jeff Molson and I assume Mark Bergevin made a decision that they were going to fire some coaching staff here. And Julien is out. They lose last night 5-4. They lost the game before that to Ottawa. I don't remember the score. But Montreal has been kind of in a tailspin. Now, the thing is, we've seen this work in the past. That's why teams do this kind of stuff. Like I said, they lost 5-4 to Ottawa last night in a shootout. They lost 2-3 to Ottawa in overtime. The game before that, they lost 5-3 against Toronto. They had a week off. They won that game against Toronto before the break, and then they lost 3 of 4. Before that, losing the Edmonton and Toronto and Ottawa, and splitting with Ottawa in that sense. So Montreal's in a weird spot. You look at where they are in the Scotia North Division, they're in a playoff spot, I think pretty comfortably, if I'm going to be honest. But I think the expectations are just very high in Montreal. They, listen, they're pretty much saying, hey, listen, we expect to be a Stanley Cup champion, and this is not good enough. 9-5-4, which is a 500 record at the end of the day, isn't good enough for the Montreal Canadiens. And there may be some things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And that could be the case. But again, in Montreal, most of that stuff gets out. So we may be hearing something more here over the next coming days. Like we've been hearing weird, things that kind of come out of nowhere. This is kind of one of those things. So is there something behind the scenes? I don't want to say that there is because there may not be. But it's just awfully weird timing because the Habs are in a playoff spot. They have it in a pretty firm grasp. They did lose 2 games to Ottawa. Was that just enough for the management to say, hey, we got to get rid of Julien? So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Montreal Canadiens firing their head coach, Claude Julien, and their assistant head coach, Kirk Muller? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and even bigger subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.